Next Wednesday, it's Laura versus Miranda.
You're thirsty. Do you want to take this outside?
All right, House of Payne fans, grab your popcorn, your front row seats, and wait for somebody to ding the bell. Looks like we might have a fight going down between Laura and Miranda in next week's episode. Now, when it comes to the episode, woman to woman, we have a bit of a debate between Laura and Miranda. After winning an award at school, Laura gave Christian a jersey from a famous football player, but Miranda isn't too keen on it due to the fact that the player is someone who has a history of domestic violence. And in the promo, it's simply put, Laura goes in on Miranda saying, "You're thirsty," and then she responds, "Do you want to take this outside?" This takes place at Curtis and Ella's house, and it looks like we see Calvin in the background when Miranda makes that statement. So, what does Laura mean when she goes, "You're thirsty"? I'm thinking that has to do in regards to Calvin. You know, the fact that, you keep popping up, and, it's like you're trying to get all close to him, that kind of stuff. It's just one of those things where she's going to strike a nerve, and Miranda's going to, retort. Now, I want to be completely honest here. I don't think these two are going to get into a fight, but this could be one of those episodes where Calvin and Miranda have some moments, because keep in mind, next week's episode, the week after next, episode 10, that's the episode It Was All a Dream. After a much needed night on the town with his boys, most likely Pookie and Peanut, and 10 too many drinks, Calvin finds himself in a bit of a sticky situation. In a drunken state, he sends sexual text messages to Miranda and invites her over. I'm wondering if this episode does have, again, a lot of Calvin and Miranda moments, and as a result, maybe he sees Laura as not the person he's meant to be with, which I don't think they're breaking up. But let's just say the next episode, the episode after this one, episode 10, is maybe during the night out, Calvin reflects on some things, he gets drunk, and then sends messages to Miranda. So it's like, if Laura and Miranda didn't fight in this episode, they probably will in episode 10 or 11. I'm just very curious to see exactly what the whole debate is about, because I don't know, it's not like it's kind of the equivalent of, let's say, your uncle or, basically a relative gives you an album, a vinyl, a CD, whatever the situation is. Basically, they give you an album of songs from one of your favorite musical artists, but then your parents object because, oh, this artist has a lot of vulgar and vile language in their music, or their music videos are ghetto and, raunchy. And it's like, but I don't know. I mean, I'm just given the gift, so it's one of those things where Miranda could be taking things into Mama Bear mode, but I mean, Laura was just gifting Christian that jersey because he won the award. So there's the whole thing about Laura, oh, well, that's Miranda's child, and she has a say in what he can and can't accept. But to be honest, again, Laura's like, "You're thirsty," so it's one of those things where whatever their fight is about, it definitely seems to be stemmed from Calvin related, not Christian. So think of it this way, based on the whole, it's Laura versus Miranda, the screen shot on the screen here, that was in the promo, it looks like, Laura and Calvin were already at Miss Ella's house. So when Miranda comes in with the jersey in hand, it's like she's shocked that Calvin and Calvin and Laura are there. And as a result, that could be why she's like, "You're thirsty because you keep coming by trying to bump into Calvin." So that could be the reason. Does Calvin step in to break this up? I don't know. It's just one of those things where it's an enticing trailer to get ratings, and I think it's going to work. I think this episode could be one of the higher rated episodes of the season if things play out well. Again, I don't think these two are going to get into a fight, but at the end of the day, I'm very interested to see what Calvin is going to do about it. We know Miss Ella is a peacekeeper and whatnot, but I really want to see what Calvin will do to try to de-escalate the situation. So chime in the comment section below if you think these two are going to get into a fight. As I mentioned in my trailer breakdown, it's interesting in last season where you have Laura with the VR device on her face trying to train to fight, and then in this episode the B plot is CJ with a VR device on his head while he's being attacked by a bear. So let's see if things kind of, you know, fold into one singular storyline, and we'll go from there. So thanks so much for tuning in. Hit the thumbs up button to show you like the video. Follow me on social media, links are in the description below. And it's kind of funny how Laura calls out Miranda for being thirsty, where she's out there, you know, clout chasing. So fair is fair, right? Talk to you in the next video.